Melt is a DeFi project building on Cardano. They basically allow us to use our cryptocurrency in order to take cash loans. This is an extremely useful use case, as you can use your crypto holdings to actually get a cash and use it for whatever you need, for to pay expenses, to buy a house, to start a business, without actually having to sell your cryptocurrency. And this is great because crypto will likely appreciate in comparison to fiat money, as the printing press is always working and there is always more money in circulation. We'll dive deeper on all of this, on how Meld works, and also other important aspects of this project, such as the roadmap, what has been achieved so far, and of course the team. So stick around. As always, nothing in this video is financial advice, just educational content. Going back to Meld aims to be a DeFi non-custodial banking protocol on the Cardano blockchain, a protocol that allows you to securely borrow both crypto and fiat currencies, okay? As you can see here, Med is a protocol that basically allows you to get cash loans against your cryptocurrency at a competitive interest rate. And basically, those cash loans need to be collateralized, of course, collateralized with crypto. In this case, you need to have 2 times the value of the loan you're requesting in crypto. Now, this is a pretty useful use case for you to retain your crypto and leverage its value in order to get more cash for other endeavors or expenses. For example, if you want to buy an house or if you want to start a business, it's good that you don't have to sell your crypto to finance your business and your house. You can use its value to get loans and to still keep your crypto holdings. This is especially useful if you believe that your crypto will in fact increase in value when compared to fiat currencies. Especially, I guess, in the short run, that's something important you also need to consider, but also in the long run. In addition, using the Melt platform, users will also be able to lend their crypto to a lending pool and also stake their crypto in order to get yield. In addition, for Meld rewards that will come from users to all the users of the app. And during all this process of using Meld, the great part is that you're able to retain full ownership and of your crypto assets and custody with their instant liquidity framework. Another interesting characteristic about Meld is that it aims to be interoperable and to allow you to interact with other services such as AMMs and liquidity pools or even insurance or any other financial products and tools that are available. Meld will want to integrate with them and to allow you to access them using their app, okay? But more important than that, let's dive deeper into how Meld works, okay? First, naturally, to take out a loan, you decide how much you want to borrow and you add your crypto collateral, as we said before, at least 2 times the amount you want to borrow. Then you get your cash. Once the funds are in the smart contract, it is transferred to your bank account, and in the process your collateral is added to Meld's liquidity pools, and it will generate yield. It will be working for you during the lifespan of the loan, okay? The loan, in terms of paying back the loan, it's done through monthly installments, okay, monthly payments. Each month you pay interest and principal, and once the loan is fully paid, you get your crypto collateral back, okay? A very interesting characteristic is that just for having crypto in the Meld app, you're basically earning yield, okay? At least you'll be earning Meld rewards as a user of the protocol. But of course, you have many other ways, many more ways to gain yield, such as the lending pools, participating in the liquidity pools, staking, etc. Now let's take a look here at the Meld roadmap. Okay, one thing very cool about this roadmap is that we can see what they have achieved so far, but also see what they are planning for the future. And in terms of what they have achieved so far, we have year 2021, which was a pretty busy year for Meld, the year of their launch, okay? And they had their initial stake pool offering as well, the first one ever done in the Cardano blockchain to distribute their token, and also they made a private sale for their token. This all to get funding to start their endeavor, of course. In addition, they also started marketing this project and showing people what they were trying to achieve and interacting with the community, and also working internally in several aspects of the development of the project, such as the liquidity system, the liquidation system, I mean, and also earning and defining how to work with the UTXO model. Okay. Then we have here the year of 2022. Here Meld officially launched their token, both for private sale participants and for the ISPO. And they also created options to stake the token with the launch of the Mel app, where you could even choose for how long you wanted to stake the token, and you would get rewards from 12% to 6%. You're also able to develop smart contracts, which is very important for their main use case. There is borrowing and lending, in this case on Cardano. And they were also able to establish Meld as a financial entity to be able to operate loans and in cash and provide banking services. Of course, it's a long process because you have to do that for several jurisdictions. So you have to get a lot of licenses, but there's still some very important advances in that area that, in my opinion, it will likely be the hardest area for Meld to get all the licenses and approvals they need to operate both as a banking institution and a crypto institution. Then for 2023, I think they have some great milestones here. Okay, they want to launch the testnet for the Meld app with the lending and borrowing feature as well. Okay, they also plan to do a audit and to finally mint their bank manager NFTs that we'll explain later what they are. Just NFTs will act as a reward for ISPO supporters. And in the second quarter, they also want to launch Meld on the mainnet, which is also very exciting with the lending and borrowing features already. Probably they'll stick with crypto, but I don't know if they'll have some kind of fiat interaction as well. All right, already that would be pretty interesting. And they also want to test the governance, the DAO for Meld, as they want to decentralize this product. That's one of their ambitions. Meld also plans to be interoperable and multi-chain, so they want to launch their protocol in other networks, and one of the networks they are working on to launch is Avalanche, and they will in fact plan to do the testnet on Avalanche in the second quarter of this year. After looking at this roadmap, they are doing some really interesting things, but I really do appreciate how the transparency of Meld and how they show everything they've done so far, but also that what allow us to have a track record, of their performance, which is very important for us as investors and users to understand, especially because we are using products that are very recent and that have some amount of risk. After all, if there is any problem with the smart contract, we might in fact lose our funds. But also how they show what they are planning for the project and their goals for the next 2 quarters, and it's certainly valuable information for us potential investors. On looking at the roadmap, I think it's definitely an interesting roadmap. Okay, we are approaching a decisive stage, a critical stage of the development of Meld, where they are launching the first relevant products. They've launched staking and all of that, but I think this is much more relevant because this is what they are, their mission, their value proposal. So it will be very interesting to see how this product works, how effective they are, and if they can, in fact, already launch a crypto to fiat on ramp. That will be very interesting for sure. Now, as with any project, it's super important to take a look at the team. Okay, Meld has a huge team, as you can see here, so we won't be able to go through all of them, but pretty interesting team, and it's good to see they have so much people working for them, which is normal. They have done a significant round of investment with their private sales, and they also had the ISPO, and they were able to gather a pretty decent amount of funding. Okay, but looking at the team, we'll start here with their CEO, Ken All. Clearly someone with a lot of experience, in terms of entrepreneurship, as we can see here. He was a founder in several companies, but also had other leadership positions in other companies, and worked in very revolutionary projects, as Meld also intends to be. So that's a great track record for the CEO. And seems to be definitely someone with a lot of ideas and a lot of experience for this position. So pretty good CEO. Then we have the CTO here, that is Pepe Blasco, also known as Jose Blasco. Okay, he's the CTO for Melt, a recent CTO, as he came in to substitute the previous CTO that was Nguyen Wang, that was very considered and had a lot of reputation in the Cardano ecosystem, but he went on to form a new company, although he's still an advisor for this project. But yeah, Jose is the CTO and has already also considerable experience as a developer, as you can see here. And more importantly, he has experience in DeFi, as you can see, with composable finance, but also other projects as a lead developer. A lot of experience mostly in the Ethereum ecosystem, programming in Solidity as a developer. So not sure of what is his skill set in terms of the Cardano blockchain. If he's able to work well in the Cardano blockchain, he will certainly be able to do wonders for Avalanche as their AVM. So it will be interesting to see where will Meld go. Then we also have here the Chief Strategy Officer, that is Neal Kushal. I'm not sure I'm saying his name right, but sorry if it's wrong. I did my best. He's also someone with experience, a decent amount of experience in the banking system, 15 years of experience on corporate banking, and it's also someone highly invested in the Cardano ecosystem and that knows Cardano deeply, working with IOHK in a few projects. Then we also have here our Chief Investment Officer at Meld, that is Gediminas Kiveris. I hope he's right as well, sorry Gediminas if that's not your name. Which is also someone with a lot of experience in banking and also in fintech companies, as Revolut, as you can see here, was one of the major responsibles for the expansion of Revolut in Europe. Okay, then we have as the CFO, Chief Financial Officer, Patrick Ramsauer. I think this name is right. And he has previous experience as Chief Financial Officer. In fact, he's right now for Sekai Digital Twins company in Zurich. But he's also someone that, besides having a lot of experience in finance, he started an equity hedge fund in Switzerland, and has a lot of knowledge in terms of AML, anti-money laundering policies, and QIC, know your customer, which is of course necessary for the banking side of Meld's business. Finally, we also have here Lawrence Ong. Okay, in this case he's the COO, Chief Operational Officer of Meld. Okay, someone a bit different, a little bit less experienced than the others. He has some experience in business, in sales, but he's also an influencer, I guess, with a TikTok influencer. And basically was working for Meld with a special project, and he ended up being promoted internally to this position of COO. Overall, looking at the Meld team, I'm fairly impressed with this team. It's a pretty solid team. Seems to be very experienced professionals, and I think that increases the chance of Meld actually being successful in what they're trying to do, as they have professionals with the necessary experience to actually do it. Also interesting to notice here that Meld has some partnerships. Okay, they partnered with Occam Finance, Invent, also for their sales, and then they also had some partnerships here with Polygon, with other networks, with Near, which is interesting to see. Probably Meld will also try to launch on those networks, and also some investors, some investment, and also probably for their private sale from these crypto VCs. Considering all of this, I do think Meld seems to be a super interesting project, with a lot of potential and some very interesting use case in cryptocurrency, because at the end of the day, if we are able to get a good wealth in terms of cryptocurrency, we'd like to leverage on it. And we, at least in my case, I wouldn't like to have to sell my cryptocurrency to want to do something else with it. And I would certainly love to use my cryptocurrency as collateral for a loan for an house or for a business or for whatever. And that would be certainly a use case I would see me using my crypto. So for that, of course, a protocol like MELD would be super useful as a user. So something I will also consider as an investor, but again, not financial advice. In addition, looking at everything, they also made significant progress in their roadmap, and they have a great team that can lead them to success. So of course, but even though this project is super interesting, we definitely need and should dive deeper. There are still questions to answer, like for example, the tokenomics. It's something very important to see, to understand whether, even if we like the project, the token makes sense to invest or not. Also understand the governance side of the business, how exactly it will work. Understand a little bit deeper things from the app, like, yeah, our funds are locked in the smart contract. They will be working for us through that smart contract and generating yield. But how exactly do we still get the control of the funds? How exactly is MELD a non-custodial app? These are all questions and I'll try to answer in my next video about MELD. So if you're interested in that and learning more about MELD and other interesting projects in the Cardano blockchain and in other decentralized blockchains, just turn on the notification bell, subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss that video and other videos that will come and will certainly be worth your time. Yeah, so MELD is definitely a project with huge potential, but there are others, many others in fact. One of them is Optim Finance. There is a project, DeFi project building on Cardano that have already launched their SPO bonds. They are extremely useful and extremely simple and revolutionary for the Cardano blockchain. And have many more interesting products to come, and you can learn all about it in the video that is here. So on my side, I'll see you there.